perfect competition, obviously. So think about perfect competition this way. So Mr. Straub, I'm sorry, Mr. Cruz, include your name. Mr. Hughes.
Wow.
I didn't know he was gonna be in here. I don't.
Because why
Anyway,
your
no feelings. This is work.
That he is son.
So anyways, both teachers own an organic strawberry farm, and they're both selling the same products to the same grocery store. And because organic strawberries are a standardized product, consumers don't care about brand name whatsoever. So it's not like a clothing store, it's not like a shoe brand, you're buying the same organic strawberries, doesn't matter who you get it from, you're still eating the same delicious fruit. And because there's so many sellers just in this small organic strawberry market, no individual farmer has a large market share, which means that all of these farmers are price takers. Mr. Cleese, does that make sense?
Price takers?
Price takers, which means they're not going to make the price of their firm, but they're going to see what the market price is, which is determined by all the farmers together. So the organic strawberry market meets the two necessary conditions for perfect competition. As I mentioned before, one, there are many producers which each have a small market share, and none of them decide the price. And the firms are they produce a standardized product. So this would be helpful with the clicker, but. So first you're gonna assume that the farm incurs a fixed cost of $14, whether it be for seed, irrigation workers, either way they have a $14 fixed cost. And to get the marginal cost, you're gonna have to subtract or take the difference between the total cost for each quantity. So it starts off here with a large amount of 16, which is where you get that point, and then it goes down, makes the Nike swoosh because the difference between the total cost for each quantity is smaller, but it's still going up. So you're going to decide the profit maximizing quantity of output, where MR equals MC, which is a very key thing to understand. Marginal cost equals marginal revenue. That's where you're going to produce. And they decided to produce at 5 units, solely because you want to produce where MC equals MR, but if that's not the case, you need to decide the quantity that does not go over the marginal revenue, but it is also the closest one to it. So that quantity would be 5 because it's in between 16 and 20 for its marginal cost. And marginal revenue, this is something you should remember, is Mr. Dark. Marginal revenue equals price, equals demand, and equals average revenue. I kind of said it all in here, but that's what you should remember. And the marginal revenue is $18, which is your price as well. So in the short run, as you can see here, you're going to produce at MR equals MC. And when the minimum ATC hits MR and MC, that's where you're going to produce, and the firm is going to break even. So there's not going to be any loss or profit, but their revenue is enough to cover all their costs. So a shutdown price in the short run, the ABC really determines the shutdown price in the short run. If your marginal revenue is not meeting ABC, your firm is going to shut down because it's not able to cover any of the costs whatsoever. So we're here in this graph where MR equals MC, production is not profitable because it is below ATC and ABC. So profitability and loss in the perfect competition, they'll make a profit when marginal revenue is above ATC because that's clearly here the only cost that there is. If you're making more than your cost, you're obviously going to make a profit. But you're going to make a loss if your marginal revenue is below ATC, which is like I was talking about in the when the firm will shut down. So obviously you're not able to cover your costs, you're going to make a loss. So in the long run, let's say that the demand for strawberries increases. So your demand curve will shift to the right. When your demand curve shifts to the right, you see that the price goes up. So this is the market, this is the firm. When the price goes up, go up in the firm as well, which means that they're going to make a profit because their ATC is down here, but now their marginal revenue is up here. And as I was saying before, if your marginal revenue is above your ATC and your ABC here, you're going to make a profit. Let's say that, so here you're in the long run, this looks like a very attractive market because more firms are going to enter. So your supply curve will shift to the right. But as it shifts to the right, you can see that the price goes back down because there's movement along the demand curve number 2. So when the price goes back down, it's going to go right back to where it was up here initially. So that means in the long run, firms will break even. So when firms leave in the long run, it's a little different because in the other one, firms were joining. So here they're making economic loss because as you can see, marginal revenue is below ATC, but they're going to continue to produce because the revenue is covering the ABC. If it's covering its ABC, even though it's producing at a loss, it's still going to produce because its fixed costs and costs are being covered by the So since this is kind of an unattractive market, the supply of firms is going to decrease, but when it decreases, there's a movement along the demand curve, which means that the price for the product is going to go back up. And when it goes back up, it hits MR equals MC equals ATC. So because it meets all those requirements that it's going to break even, that's what it's going to do. And because it's also producing above ABC, so of course it's going to produce. So here's a small practice one, not too difficult. At what level of output does the firm maximize profit? Anyone? Kenzie? 4? How comes that? Why is that? Yeah, so it's important to just mostly remember because MR equals MC. So even if it's making a profit or it's making a loss, wherever MR equals MC, that is where you're going to produce. And at the profit maximizing quantity, is the firm profitable, breaking even, incurring a loss? Grant?
What?
Answer number 2.
It breaks even.
Huh?
It breaks even
How come?
because the ATC is at its minimum and it's
Great
equal to
job.
MR.
So proud of you. So what to take away, what's the really key things in perfect competition? So there's many producers of a single good. So like I said in the organic strawberry market, they're all producing the same strawberries and they're all going to the same store for the same price. There's low barriers of entry because it's such a standardized product. And it's a price-taking firm because there's so many firms inside the industry with a small market share. Not one firm's going to decide the price. And really important to remember, MR equals MC. That's where you're going to produce no matter what. MR equals MC. Don't forget Mr. Dark too, because that's going to be and your average revenue, your price, and your marginal revenue. And in the long run, whether firms are leaving or they're entering, the firm's going to break even.